Hey, folks. Welcome to Ameera's Past Life Regression. You might want to grab yourself a water bottle, a journal, a pen, because she's going to hypnotize us into Ameera, you want to explain?
Yeah,
I love it. I've done this before and it's wonderful.
I wanna start by thanking Gloriana for putting together this amazing package for all of us for free, so that we all have something fun and uplifting to do
Love you.
for a few days. So today, obviously, we have a few more days of this. So, Gloriana, tomorrow you're going to do a tuning fork. A tuning session, right? Group tuning, yeah?
A bio session, yes.
Yeah, and what happens
And
then Friday and Saturday?
Jeannie is doing the dolphin energetics, a meditation and the energy transmission from the dolphins here on Kauai. I've had that done and it's really nice, very relaxing. And then Saturday, Ellen is doing the card reading for the collective and individual ones. So it's going to be fun.
Cool. So we're slated to be together for an hour, but I feel like probably we're going to go over today. I have a few things that I want to talk to you about and preface you about before we go into the regression, not only concerning like how this is all going to go, but also just kind of talk to you a little bit about the energies in general on the planet and some of the things that are happening and maybe how you can help yourselves and how we can all help each other. So if you have to go away after an hour, so if you have other things to do with your day, I got nothing else to do but talk to you people. That's perfectly fine. This is being recorded, and anything that you have missed, or if you know anybody who wanted to be here and couldn't, or would like to be here and maybe they didn't know about it, you can feel free to send them the recording to them as well. The more people who have access to things that help our soul, that help our spirit, that help us to feel like not only are we connected to each other, but we're also connected to spirit. I mean, the better, the stronger, the easier maybe we'll move through this whole transition. If I'm brand new to you, my name is Ameera Beth. I am a mer healer on the beautiful island of Kauai. Gloriana and I hang out here together. She's one of my very dearest friends in the world, not only on the island, but in the world. And so I was very excited when she asked me to take part in this little experiment that we're all doing together and give you this offering. I have been a past life regression therapist for about 12 years. It's my absolute favorite thing in the world to do, to help people go into a trance state that allows you to connect to your higher guidance, to your guides and angels, and to your own inner knowingness. Because a psychic or a medium or a healer can talk to you about past lives sometimes, and that can be helpful. But when we actually get to go in and we get to experience our own remembrance straight from our higher self or our guides, that's very powerful. That's transformative, because what that does is get you to trust yourself. And I am all about helping other people to learn to trust themselves and create sovereignty within your field and within your channel to the divine. And that starts with practice. And so one of the ways we can practice, and what I found is really super effective, is when I take people into trance or hypnosis. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about what that means too.
Ameera, you cut off, so we can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yeah, the just bear with us here because the internet has been a little on and off here on Kauai. Ameera. All right. 1 second, folks. Ameera just signed off and she's gonna sign back on. Thank you, Marvin. Her internet went off and she's signing back on. Just so you know, the internet has been kind of choppy here on Kauai, so we're doing our best with the services that we have. So just hang on for one moment and she'll be back. Let's see. And again, if you need to grab a journal, a pen, a paper, get yourself comfy. I got my blanket and my pillows here. You can take this opportunity to get anything else that you need. When you come out of the regression, you can journal, which is what I did when Ameera put me in the regression.
Hey.
Hey there,
Hey.
sunshine.
Sorry about that, guys.
She's back. Wonderful.
Let's hope that doesn't happen again. I too am going to leave my camera off to help for a little bit more of the stability going on. Okay.
Great.
So wherever I was, I think I was explaining about the the ins and out of hypnosis, where you are allowed to have your focus and concentration just opened up to a whole nother level, that you're able to access your own soul's memories and your guides and angels. I'll be asking you open-ended questions through this process. And so what I want you to think about is an intention. An intention means if you could learn something today about your soul history, something that would help you in this life, because what's most important, it's not so important to go in other lifetimes if it doesn't help you here. So that's the goal. So anything you want to know about relationships, career, finances, people, anything going on in your life that you might be able to bring forward that will help you in this life, okay? So that would be an idea for an intention. A little bit about what past lives mean. There's no past, present, and future. Most of us know linear time doesn't really exist. Time is in more of a spiral. So if you can maybe envision a spiral coming down vertically, I like to give little visuals, instead of horizontally, layered, lifetimes and realities and timelines layered upon each other, all happening at the same time. So what we're really doing is visiting a simultaneous life. And if you guys are interested in learning more about how time works, how the oversouls work, how we work as multidimensional beings, I have started a live podcast, a YouTube series called Tales from the Mer World. And I broadcast every 2 weeks. The next one is tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. It's a live broadcast on Facebook and also on Transformation Talk Radio's website. And in my last one a couple weeks ago, I explained all about timelines, multidimensions, and the oversoul. And I break things down really, really easily and simply, so we can wrap our minds around these great big, like these esoteric concepts that we hear about, that we kind of like understand are true, but we don't know how it works. I think it's really important for the left brain to be able to integrate visualizations and integrate the language around these esoteric words and concepts to make sense of it. Because I know when it makes sense to me, when I can see it, when it's tangible to me, I can integrate that information a little better. So the YouTube channel is just under my name, Ameera Beth Healer. And so you can watch that last episode. And then if you guys aren't on my Facebook page, Ameera Beth Healer too, my public page, that the next one will be taped tomorrow. And I'm going to speak all about, my specialty is Atlantis and Lemuria, and exploring those ancient lands and the mer people and incarnated mer beings. So I speak to bringing forward ancient knowledge and wisdom to help us with all the big changes, the reality shifts that are happening in this timeline here, because you know it's all connected. And I'm going to talk about water. And I'm going to talk about how we are starting to return back to a water world, which is what we originated from, and also the power of water and our blue soul rays, and how we can actually imprint water through our own individual water rays to heal our bodies, to heal the cells in our bodies, and then go out and heal the world too. So that'll happen tomorrow. It's 1 p.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Hawaiian time. So there is that. And I thought I would just open it up really quick before I start. Does anybody have any questions about intentions or about what we're going to do before we get started? And I'll just let a couple of you ask into it really quick.
Yeah, and you can raise your hand on your device, or you can put it in the chat box, or you can just unmute yourself and do you want to the intention to go back in a past lifetime where you might have experienced something, or I know that my intention was to go back to a lifetime of Lemuria, like Ameera was talking about. There's several intentions that you can set before. There's no questions here, Ameera, so you can go on.
Okay, very good. So the narrative I will give will be very generic. It will be rhetorical. I will be asking you open-ended questions to observe your environment, what you look like, where you're at, who you're with, how you're feeling, and we'll jump to various scenes in this lifetime. And you guys, the most important gift you can give yourself is just to trust yourself. Okay, so whatever comes up in your mind's eye, and when I say see what you see, you might actually see something in your mind's eye. You might get little pictures or a little movie in your head, but you might not. When I regress, I don't really see anything. My remembrance or my knowledge comes from my other clairs. So it's like a sensing or an impression of information for me, like a knowingness. So when you have an intuition, right? You just know something or feel something to be true. When you have those sensations, just trust them, okay? That's the best thing you can do, is just trust yourself. And let your left brain kind of catalog the whole experience as your right brain, your creative mind, brings in the information. If your left brain kind of goes, what is this? This is silly. This can't be true. Just tell your left brain, just take a nap, record the experience, and let those both hemispheres of your brain to come together to create a storyline for you that will bring you information that might help you today. And so not only is it fun and not only is it insightful, this experience is really fun too. And if you guys discover after today that you really, really love this, you'd like to go deeper into your own process, I also offer one-on-one sessions. I'm actually doing half off on one-on-one sessions for the rest of the month and probably into April too. So if you find that you want to explore some of the theme in your life a little more deeply, you can hit me up for that too. So in the meantime, I'll ask one more time really quick if anybody has any questions Y'all should be in a slightly darkened room where you won't be disturbed. Be comfortable. Have a journal and pen and paper because we're going to record our experience at the end. And I'm
to go in with this, just to repeat what Ameera said, go in with this with an intention.
Go in with intention. Now you can go into it if you can't think of anything. You can go into it asking for like highest and best. Like, what do I need to know today, or what do I need to experience? You can do that.
Perfect.
Higher self likes to have an intention. It likes to have a direction. So if you can think of something in your life you'd like to know about or learn about, do that. But it's okay if you don't. Just, again, this is just all about cultivating trust between you and your higher self.
Perfect. Let's get to it.
Okay, everybody's on mute. Yes. And so this process will take us maybe 25 minutes in there. And then when we're done, I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm just going to announce that you all stay muted and you take maybe 5 minutes to jot down everything that you can remember about your experience, so you can keep the details. And then I'll come back on after that few minutes, come back on with my voice, and there'll be an opportunity to share or discuss if you would like to. Okie doke.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ameera.
And thank you, everybody, for allowing me to lead you through this, allowing me to hold space for all of you. And having said that, I will ask you all to begin by focusing on your breath and just blowing out the day with your breath, blowing out any stress, and just allowing your inhales and your exhales to relax and soften your body. Just allowing your inhales and your exhales to bring you just a little deeper into relaxation. Listening now only to the sound of my voice and the feeling of your breath moving through your body. I'm going to ask you to take 3 intentional breaths in through your nose and then exhale. Breath number 1, inhaling deeply. And on your exhale, letting everything else go. Breath number 2, inhaling deeply. And on your exhale, being fully present and here now. Breath number 3, inhaling deeply. And on your exhale, opening up to all new possibilities. Relaxing your forehead and the spot between your eyes, feeling your eyelids lightly relaxed. Relaxing your teeth, your lips, your tongue, jaw. Good. Allowing that relaxation to move down into your neck. Relaxing the muscles in the neck. Melting down into the shoulders, the arms, the forearms, the hands. As you relax, let go, feeling deeper, deeper relaxed. Returning to your shoulders, that relaxation moves down your back. Just allowing the muscles in the back to move a little bit deeper into relaxation. Bringing that relaxation around to your lungs and heart. Opening your heart to yourself As you relax, let go, feeling deeper, feeling deeper, feeling deeper, relax. Good. Moving that relaxation down into your stomach, letting go of any tension that might be there. Moving into your hips and thighs, your knees, your shins, your calves. Allowing that relaxation to drop off into the earth as your body feels more deeply relaxed than you've ever known it to be. Feeling deeper, feeling deeper, feeling deeper, relaxed. Good. In a moment, I'm going to count from 10 to 0. When I reach 0, you will have moved into that deeper part of you that can access all wisdom and knowledge of your soul and all your past lives. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Relaxed and focused, open, moving into that deeper part of you that has access to all your soul's knowledge and wisdom and all your past lives. As you envision yourself on the top of a flight of 10 stairs. Noticing the kind of stairs that show up for you as you begin to step down. 10 down, 9 down, 8 down, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bottom of the stairs. Seeing another stairway appear, noticing if it is the same or different as you again step down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bottom of the stairs. Just notice the kind of stairs that you saw as you envision a third and final stairway. The stairway will take you as deeply into relaxation as you need to be. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bottom of the stairs. From the bottom of the stairs, see a short pathway that leads to a passageway. Here at the entrance, I'll remind you of your intention for the session. As you move through the doorway, you will find yourself in a significant past life that will help you in this lifetime. Please move down the pathway, headed towards the passageway, seeing a doorway come clearly into view. You may envision this doorway any way that feels right to you. And now, seeing this doorway slowly beginning to open, feeling yourself moving energetically through the doorway. 3, stepping to the doorway. 3, moving through the doorway. And 1, feet planted in another time and place. Taking a moment to let the picture arise. Getting a clear sense of where you are at. Noticing if you are indoors or outdoors, or if this is day or nighttime. Now taking a look around and noticing where you are at. What's in the distance? What's close in? Notice if there are any buildings or structures, or if you're in a nature area. And if this is daytime or nighttime. Next, I'm going to ask you about your physical appearance. If you find yourself to be something other than human, that is just fine. Now look down and notice your hands and arms, the color of your skin. Notice if you are wearing clothing or shoes. Notice your hair. And again, if you are something other than human, just notice and go with it. Notice if you are male or female, boy or a girl. Notice your age. What's your name in this lifetime? What are you called? Now please notice your general state of being, and if there are any others with you right now. Take in your entire environment. Now I'm going to ask you to go to a significant scene in this lifetime, one that will be in alignment with your intention. Go there now. Notice where you are in this scene. Notice your age. Notice who you are with and what's going on. What is it about this scene that is significant to your intention? What comes up? How do you feel? What is there to learn or to notice the most in this scene? Now please move to another significant scene in this lifetime that will tell you about your intention. Go there now. And notice your environment. Notice your age. Notice who you are with and what's going on. What are the most important themes or lessons in this scene? Who is most significant in this scene? What is the most significant theme or takeaway to your intention here? Now please move forward or backward in time to another significant scene in this lifetime. Go there now. What do you notice about your environment? Who do you notice? What's going on? Notice your age. And notice what is most important for you to know or remember about this scene. Now please move forward in time to the last day in this life, the day that you die. Go there now. Do you know that you're dying? And if it's a painful death, please move quickly past it. Feel yourself coming up out of that body into spirit form. And notice what that's like. Remember the most challenging time in that lifetime What was the most challenging circumstances in your life? Remember that now. Is there anything about the challenges in this lifetime that you face in your current life? Now, please remember the most joyous time in this lifetime. Remember that now. What were the events that made you the happiest? Who made you the happiest? And what was most fulfilling? Is there any connection between the joys you felt in that lifetime and the joys you are currently experiencing in this lifetime? Breathe in this joy. And if there is anyone significant in this lifetime we're visiting that is important to you today, remember who they are and remember why they are important. As you look back over this lifetime that we've just visited, how would you characterize it? Any promises or vows? Any unfinished business? Any regrets? Any themes or messages to bring forward to help you in this lifetime? And to help you with that, I'm going to ask you to step energetically into that space where you are able to meet and fully connect with your guides and your angels. Feel that connection now. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to talk through, to work through anything that needs healing, anything that needs a deeper understanding, and any questions you might have. Please thank your guides, your angels, all those who came forward to share this experience with you, for being here. Remember that your guides and this connection is available to you at any time. And I'm going to prepare you to come back into this time and space. by coming back through the same doorway you entered, leaving behind all that no longer serves you and bringing forward everything that serves your highest good, coming back to the bottom of the third level of the stairs and moving up to the top. From the bottom of the second level and up to the top. The bottom of the first level of the stairs to the top, coming back into this time, space, reality in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And when you're ready, just taking a couple of nice deep breaths. And if you've got a journal or something to write on, go ahead and pick that up. And I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 minutes to jot down your experience. And then we'll reconvene.
Hey, Ameera. Hey, folks. I also just like to put it out there that if you have any questions, you can post it in the chat box or you can raise your hand.
Yes, and so if everybody wants to come back up for air.
I'm still all cozy here.
I know, right? So if I start to go a little choppy, just somebody let me know and I'll turn my video off.
Okay.
But we'll try this for a minute. And, you know, if anybody feels like they would like to take a minute or so and just kind of talk about or share their experience, that would be great. I don't think we can get through all 20 people, but we can get through a few. And again, if you have questions, unmute yourself or put it in the chat box and I'll take care of you. How'd we do?
Pretty good on my end. Let's get somebody up that might want to share. I know it can be a little
Intimidating. Be brave, you guys. Be brave. Somebody pop off your mic and let me know how you did.
Yeah, and while we have Ameera here, it's good to ask questions. All right, Ellen, I'm gonna unmute you.
Okay, so my intention was I want to know why I struggle with almost like a food addiction in this life. I'm very addicted to sugar, so I'm trying to break that. It has been a struggle for me, and I wanted to know where that comes from.
Good attention.
Yes, so it was quite interesting. And yeah, I was actually, when I stepped into the room, I was in a saloon. And I was in a saloon and I was being passed around by quite a few people, men in particular. And I didn't care for that. I didn't care for how I felt in that. Knowing chakras and everything and how that felt, I felt like extreme, strange, not pain, sensation in my yellow chakra, which was kind of interesting. And then when you had us go back to like the beginning part of how you got to where you were, I was in a theater and I was basically like trying out for what I thought was going to be a part in, I guess, a play or something, which in turn kind of made me like, I guess, I don't want to say a call girl because I don't want to put my brain in that area, but probably. And, but because I was like chunky or heavy, I was probably one of more of the requested people, you know, to be of that lifetime. So, as a result of that, I think you had something you had said, go to a point of that lifetime where you were, I guess, what brought about something, you know, like, so I was brought into his office at that point, whatever you had said. And I was in his office and he was like, yeah, basically you can never leave me because I make the most money off of you. And at that point, I actually felt empowered, that I felt myself, I listened to myself say, you can get away from this. This is not something that is going to define you for the rest of your life. And at that point, I broke away from that scenario and situation. I was alone for a while, but then then when I opened up like a home for other girls who were in that same situation. So I couldn't see anybody as far as who it was, but I felt like the presence of the younger women, and I was like their den mother kind of a thing. And we kind of lived pretty basically, and my death was surrounded by these people. And when I was with my guides and stuff, it was like, you could totally do this. You know, you're not enslaved by the sugar and the food and the, you know, that type of thing anymore. So I felt very empowered.
Okay, good remembrance.
Well, I did one with you. When was it? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's still kind of, you know, that whole process is still pretty fresh. So.
Right.
But it was great. It was excellent.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being brave and sharing. Anybody else? You can share your experience, or if you even just have a question for me in general, we can do that too.
Claire says, oh, wow, Ellen, that was amazing. Thank you for sharing, Ellen. I really do appreciate it. It's nice to know that, you know, sometimes when we go into a past life regression, it's not all unicorns and rainbows. So just know that if that was your regression, you're not alone. Mine was too. Can you tell us more about the podcast, asks Marvin?
Oh, yeah, sure. So I, my platform is called Transformation Talk Radio. And so twice a month, bi-monthly, on the second and fourth Thursdays, I do a radio show, a live radio show called Tales from the Merworld, Exploring the Ancient Lands of Atlantis and Lemuria. So every time I broadcast, I have a theme. And what I'm really trying to do is, you know, we have so much ancient knowledge coming up from Atlantis and Lemuria and those timelines, and us as beings reincarnated from those timelines. There's so much happening on this planet right now that is mirroring the fall of Atlantis and even the fall of Lemuria, and all this wisdom and knowledge we're trying to bring forward. So my mission with the show is to help with that, and to also bring forward the messages from my people, the mer beings from Atlantis, about how we are changing reality, how we are changing timelines, how we are changing ourselves, and to give us all tools and information to help that happen. I hope I explained that okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's live on my Facebook, my public page, Ameera Beth Mer Healer. And then also on Transformation Talk Radio, you can listen to it as a podcast. And then afterwards, they turn it into a nice YouTube video for me, and I republish it. So if you can't listen tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to talk about water. I'm going to talk about the structure of water and how the origins of this planet, our planet, we were a water planet. That was the original element on Earth. And all water that has been on Earth, all water is the same water that's been here since first water came. Water holds the memory of everything. It holds a record of everything that has ever happened on this planet. So I'm going to go into information on water, the history of water, the history of our planet as it is, and how we are going to start returning back to that, to being a water planet, in which case we need to heal the waters in our body, right? So we can heal the waters on the planet.
Yeah, and for my clients that are on the call, we talk about that water quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Rose, yes, absolutely. Feel free to, if you want to hit me up on Facebook, and we'll chat. Just reach out to me when we're all done here. And if any of you had an experience you don't quite want to share, or you're not sure about, you know, absolutely message me when we're done here, and I'll take care of you.
Wonderful. So last chance. Oh, here we go. So I thought I was in space to begin with. Then I noticed webbed feet. I was female with a spiny like mohawk that went into a tail. I went into a special place like a cave that had jars of healing sea herbs, stuff I don't recognize. My name was Koala. Yeah. My intention was to ask what kind of influence I am meant to be in this lifetime. My moment that brought me joy was the community swimming in a spiral around an individual to heal that individual. True, pure, intentional healing. So beautiful.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you for sharing, Claire.
And that's why I always mention, if you're looked down and you're not human, you're not human. We have all been a multitude. We are, because it's simultaneous, of multidimensional beings. We exist in unlimited, infinite dimensions, realities, universes, planets simultaneously. So when we go into another lifetime, I have lots of people who don't go into human lifetimes. That's what's meant to help them the most in that moment. People go into all kinds of different lifetimes, and when we can recall that we have definitely been something other than, you know, human on planet Earth, and start exploring ourselves in other forms, it's very enlightening. It also tells us we're eternal beings. Like, there is no death. If you pass on one timeline, your soul in its vastness and its infiniteness is still alive and well in many, 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 many realities. Like, we are eternal, infinite beings, and we're just here on this line of time for, you know, for a moment, in the blink of an eye. One of the things that I really like to share is that this lifetime that we are all in here experiencing here, we are doing something very, very important in our human form in this lifetime. We are actually healing our other aspects. We all agreed to come here for this time through these transitions. And a lot of us has taken on the karma of our other aspects. And we're going to resolve the karma for our other selves here in this earth reality. So when we talk about ascension, what all that means, when we heal ourselves via past life regression, shamanic journeying, biofield turning, you're meditating, all these things we're doing right now to practice that we knew we would come here and learn to heal ourselves, not only here, but we heal our multidimensional selves. When we heal ourselves multidimensionally and we send those back up to our oversoul, the Godhead, our line of time, our reality here gets stronger. It gets brighter. We're holding more light. So when you hear about how do we hold more light, how we're ascending, that's how we're doing it. We're healing ourselves through ourselves. Let's see who else wrote stuff.
That's right. We are healing ourselves, our waters, and as many of you know, when you go down that healing path, a lot of times it's insight just and understanding can be very healing. So I welcome you and invite you all on that journey of self-health.
Yeah, and when I do private sessions with people, you know, we're having a dialogue back and forth. I'm asking you open-ended questions, and you're telling me what's going on in your inner world so I can facilitate and help you to go deeper. Obviously, in a group setting, it has to be rhetorical. So we're all a little bit left to like our own devices on how to navigate through our experience, but it's a great jumping off point to begin to have, you know, have another lifetime experience and navigate the multidimensionality of our soul.
And we have somebody here that said that I saw myself as a little girl, but when I went through the door, I went blank. And I mean, do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, I'll speak to that. Okay. So for anybody who might have had that experience where, you know, where you feel like you didn't really get to have, or maybe you can't have a past life regression experience because you went blank through the door or whatever. Marvin, even the fact that you saw a door, and I'm going to guess you probably saw stairs too, right? Just type in a little yes or no. I'm going to guess that if you got to the door, you probably were able to sense at least that you saw stairs and you got to a door, which means you can have an experience. So it sometimes happens in a group setting when people get to the door and they don't see anything on the other side. When I'm with you one-on-one and you go, oh, there's nothing there, then I have little tricks and things I can do to open up your memories, like to open up your experience. When we're in a rhetorical, it's much harder, of course, because 20 people having 20 different experiences. But what you need to know is that if you got through the induction and had your visualizations, that you are capable of going all the way. You're capable of having a complete full-blown experience. It's just sort of going into that trust and learning how you personally see. So thank you for trying. I do these group past life regressions. I usually do them monthly on Zoom. I get a little group together for a very nominal charge. So I mean, I would encourage you to do it again or come have a personal session with me and we'll see if we can't take you all the way.
Yeah, and one more thing here, Ameera Phoenix said, in my experience, it brought up emotional stuff with feeling unheard and unseen by my parents.
Mm.
So that's actually a pretty big universal topic. So
Yeah.
I invite you to continue to clear that within yourself. Again, clarity can be very helpful.
Well, and when we understand why we feel the way we do, it's when we don't understand that it's confusing. And when sometimes it's hard to heal, or sometimes it's hard to feel like we can heal if we don't understand why we feel that way in the first place. A lot of the things we go through in this lifetime, the relationship karma, the feelings, the sensations, the habits, good and bad, the patterns that repeat, they're associated with other lifetimes and karmic connections to other people and situations that have gone unresolved. So, you know, the braver we are at looking at those things, the more, you know, the happier, more joyful we can create this life.
Absolutely, for sure. Thank you so much, Ameera, for hosting the past life regression today.
Thank you for asking me, my darling.
Thank you. And thank you for everyone for spending your time with us today. And let us know if we can be helpful offline as well. You feel free to email us, contact us, and sending you much love and aloha from Kauai. Thank you, Ameera
for allowing
Beth.
me to express myself. Aloha.
Aloha. Love you all.